back, guys, to the 11th ever episode of the Galago Games podcast. I'm Zach. Today I'm joined, as usual, by Connor.
I'm sick.
You sick?
Are you actually?
A little bit.
Oh, wow.
It didn't seem like that before.
Yeah, literally had no idea.
No, just a little
You're playing it off really well.
And Owen's also here.
Greetings.
Greetings. No General Kenobi this week.
No, not this time. Not this time.
I was waiting for someone to say it so I could go General fucking Kenobi.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
The language already.
There you go.
You need to go through this and just censor it.
I can't. I don't have the time.
Yeah, fuck it. We're not making any money. It's fine.
Right. So, I believe the Bafta stuff is coming up soon, Owen. Is this correct?
Yes.
The Bafta for the games, not the films.
Yeah, I believe it's either tonight or tomorrow night. I think it might be on the 4th, potentially.
Yeah. And so with this in mind, we're going to have a much more prestigious ceremony right now.
Shit, yeah.
Yes.
In which we decide some of the awards, considering we're way more important than the BAFTAs.
Of course.
So,
They
should we
just
start
pander to AAA, don't they?
Exactly. And who says we're going to do that? Not going to do that, because we probably will.
But no one's paid us, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. If you do want to pay us, of course, feel free to email us at thegalagoboys@gmail.com.
Exactly.
Well,
Red Dead
that's
Redemption
also-
2,
that's
you
also
want
the
it to be my
PayPal.
game of the year? Fucking sure thing. For the rest of the time,
Yeah.
it'll be my game of the year if you pay me enough.
Get me the decade.
Okay, should we start with best game, or should we leave that?
I think leave that
later
one
on.
till last, because that's
Leave that
like...
last.
Yeah. Also,
I'm just going to go through them. We're not doing everyone.
Are we going off the nominations that are already there, or is it our own
Yes,
personal
yes.
ones? Okay.
Nominations.
Shit. Okay.
Nominations. If you have something that you want to shout out, you can.
Okay.
So we'll start with... We're not going to do them all, but I think this would be a good one to start with. Artistic achievement.
Okay.
So the nominations are... Detroit Become Human, Gris, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2, and also Return of the Obra Dinn.
Okay. I've not heard of Return of the Obra Dinn.
Mate.
Neither have I.
I know that game is the winner of this, in my opinion.
Really?
Is it? Right.
I'm going to have
Quickly-
to do... Yeah, I'm going to
Give
have
it
to
a
do a
Google.
quick
Give it a
Google.
Yeah,
Google.
I'm quick Googling.
But I know
I've also not heard of Gris.
Oh, Gris is a beautifully looking game. Like, it's very visually appealing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. This
For the-
Return of Obra Dinn looks quite interesting.
Oh, they
Yeah.
kind of creep me out when they're like
It's
this.
like Etch-a-Sketchy almost.
For the audio listeners, just so you know, we're also not showing this on the video version, so you're not missing anything.
Yeah, you're not missing nothing.
Did any of you ever play that or see that game where this sort of reminds me of that, where there's like an evil baby following you around a sewer, and you use your microphone and you shout as like echolocation, and it like paints a bit of the map
No.
around you.
Ooh. No?
I don't know what it's called, but I feel like
Sounds
that
horrible.
game should also be on this list. But it's a bit horror-y, so I don't know. But
Um,
my vote here would go for Gris. Like,
Fair enough.
it's a very, very beautiful game.
Connor?
Oh shit, I have seen Gris. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm gonna say Gris. I prefer how that
Fair
one
enough.
looks to Obra Dinn.
So our winner is Gris. Congratulations to the team
Nomadic
Congratulations,
Studio. Gris team.
and developer.
Podcast
Audio
development.
achievement. Do we have anything we want to talk about? Like,
Halo 3.
it's not up for this
Yeah,
year,
it's not
unfortunately.
there. Of the games that are there, though, I probably would give it to Battlefield 5.
Yeah, so we have Battlefield 5, Detroit, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead, and Tetris Effect.
Yeah, to be fair, Battlefield has
It does have great sound.
If,
EA Dice have sound design down to like a fucking
yeah,
perfection.
Yeah.
if audio porn was a thing, like that
Yeah.
game is the definition of it.
Yeah, it's true.
The fucking when Star Wars Battlefront came out, oh my god.
Oh yeah,
Sound
it-
design in that
incredible.
game. is
Oh,
insane.
you were proper on about one of the grenades at one point, weren't you?
Oh my god, the thermal imploder.
That was it, yeah.
It's great noise.
I mean, I could listen to that all day.
All right.
So good. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll give it to Battlefield. We'll move on.
It's the only thing you're winning, EA.
Is it? We don't know yet. We'll move on to Evolving Game. So it's a couple down.
Oh,
Pull down. Oh, okay.
I can pick a winner out. Okay, so we have Destiny 2, Forsaken, Elite Dangerous Beyond, Fortnite, Overwatch, Sea of Thieves, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, this one's a difficult category. There's a lot of games that I wouldn't give it to, like Fortnite, Destiny, Overwatch. But but I don't know.
I think it's between.
I don't know if the other three that are there deserve it.
Neither do I.
I think it's between Sea of Thieves and Rainbow Six.
Yeah. Have you actually, after what I've seen of today for Rainbow Six, have you seen the Rainbow Six Rainbow is Magic or something like that? It's like
No.
it's a I think it's a free update that they've done, and it's a lot of like pink rainbows, unicorns, teddy bears, sort of things like that around the maps.
Classic.
So that takes my vote. Just because Sea of Thieves doesn't have that.
I think it's fair enough to give it to Rainbow Six. Like,
Yeah,
Sea
I
of
would say
Thieves is
so.
good, but it's still got a lot of issues.
Yeah, you got Rainbow Six is what, 3 years old now or something like that,
Something like
and
that, yeah.
it's still going strong. And so I think it deserves evolving game.
Yeah, I feel like Sea of Thieves has improved
Oh yeah,
massively since launch.
definitely.
But I would also agree. For now, it's definitely Rainbow Six.
Fuck
Just do
off,
that.
Fortnite.
Oh yeah, Epic. If you do want to sponsor the podcast, I will blur these things out in future. So we'll move on to. Let's have a look. Skip family. Skip game beyond entertainment.
Game design.
Yeah, we'll go game design. I've not played many of these, to be honest.
Neither have I. We picked a bad one. Should we not do this
Oh,
one?
well,
God of War.
God of War. Well done. God of War.
I've not played God of War, but there's one on there called Minute, which I do have a key for on my humble monthly from last month.
Oh, nice.
So I haven't redeemed it yet, but I could give it a go. If it's made a nomination, it might be worth trying.
Give it a minute.
I'm sure. I'm sure all these games are great, but I feel like by default we have to give it to God of War.
It's the only one we played.
Yeah.
Oof. Should we skip
Innovation
to multiplayer?
again.
Oh, should we skip to
Mobile
multiplayer?
game. Yeah, we'll skip to multiplayer.
No, what,
Well,
dude?
go on,
Mobile
Connor.
games. You
Oh,
know
sorry,
what?
yeah, sorry.
You know
Always-
I'm a
always
huge
a thing.
mobile
Yeah.
gamer.
Sorry.
Is there something there, Owen, that takes you fancy?
I've played at least 5 of these games.
Okay,
damn.
so
The only one I
we have-
haven't is Florence.
apart from Florence, we have Alto's Odyssey, Brawl Stars, Donut County, Reigns Game of Thrones, and The Room Old Sins. Owen, if you'd like to talk us through your favourite of those games.
So, my favourite's probably Alto's Odyssey. You basically, it's like a very serene desert, endless runner, really good atmospheric presence about it. You can just get lost in it for hours, really.
In a mobile game?
Yeah,
That's cool.
dude, mobile games are actually sick.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
I only play gacha games on mobile, unfortunately.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm a casual.
Yeah, no, so I'm really I don't know if you've seen the Apple's thing where it's like the Apple mobile
Yeah, I've
game
seen
thing.
it.
I'm genuinely looking forward to that as a huge mobile gamer. I can't wait.
That's awesome.
But yeah, on that list, it probably would have to go to Alto's Odyssey.
Fair enough. Congratulations, Team Alto,
Pog pog.
on your victory. Multiplayer.
Ooh,
So we have
who's that?
A
at the
Way
bottom?
Out, Battlefield 5, Overcooked 2, Sea of Thieves, Super Mario Party, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Sora
Sora
Limited.
Limited. What the
Is it
fuck?
Sora confirmed?
Spoiler?
Sora confirmed.
We just had fucking renders of Joker leaks, and now we got Sora Limited. What? No, that'll be a company or something, won't it?
Yeah. So I've got a winner on this.
Go on.
What's everyone else thinking?
I mean, for me, it's 100% Smash Bros. I still stand
I
by
dis-
the
I
claim
disagree
that
with
Smash
this.
Bros is a fucking celebration of video games.
No,
and one of the best
the
game
online
franchises ever
multiplayer in
made.
that game is trash.
I think
Oh,
I can
yeah,
sum
absolutely
this category up with one quote. How stupid do you think we are?
Exactly. That's also my pick of this bunch.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves is my pick.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fair enough.
I've probably had the most fun on Sea of Thieves.
In
those
multiplayer
games.
form, like because of how unique it is,
Hmm.
and how multiplayer that makes that game is not fun by yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like in a group of 3 or 4, coming across other players, like that's where that game shines.
Oh my god, yeah.
Messing around with other players.
Yeah, I can totally get behind that.
Smash if this was like an online and offline, obviously an offline multiplayer like
Smash is the best.
Is the best, yeah.
Yeah, no, I can absolutely get behind that. Sea of Thieves, I'm 100% behind it.
Fair enough. So congratulations, Rare, you picked that one up.
Good job.
Music. Anyone want anything to say on this one, or?
Not on these. Only Tetris is the one that I can still remember.
I feel like if
good music. God of War's got great music.
It does have great music. I just can't remember any of it right now.
It's all like deep Viking, like hymns. It's great.
They are fucking epic. To be fair, that was
Just feel like just bursting out into the Skyrim theme.
Should we give it to Skyrim?
Yep, Bethesda.
Wait, isn't that what happens when you load up God of War? You know, like screen fades to black.
Skyrim.
Fades to black.
You wake up on the back of a cart.
You finally wake up. All right, what's next?
Narrative.
I think narrative's a good one.
Florence, Frostpunk, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead, and Return of the Obra Dinn.
Okay, so I have a strong opinion on this one, and I do think that God of War, Spider-Man, and Red Dead, they're probably their three strongest categories, or their three strongest factors of their story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, with Spider-Man, I thought that was the most enjoyable. This was before Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep.
This was the best bit of like Spider-Man ever.
It's great.
The best Spider-Man narrative you've ever experienced.
Yes.
I've still not finished it. I'm really close to the end. I've not finished it yet.
Like the ending is honestly fucking hard. Like it tugs at you. It will play with your emotions. It is amazing, and not entirely in typical ways.
There's DLC for it as well, isn't there?
Yes.
Does it continue? Or does it like...
I've not played it.
I don't know.
I don't know whether it continues or not.
I just remember the story being very good in Spider-Man.
It was, but I don't know whether the story...
God of War.
Like, the combat and the swing, like... It's not just the story. Like, I don't think the story was better than everything else. In my opinion.
Okay, I guess that. But it's just... I was just mainly talking about, like... With regards to other forms of Spider-Man media, this is the best thing to ever come from Spider-Man.
Have any of you played Frostpunk? That's also on this list.
I know of it,
no,
but I've not played it.
I know of Frostpunk. I've never played it.
I like that it's made it onto this list because it's very sort of...
Isn't it like a tactical game?
Yeah, it's like you decide what happens. So for a you decide rather than like a full-on scripted narrative to make it onto the... I don't know. I feel that in itself is... I'm glad it got nominated for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like... But yeah.
Also, God of War.
Oh, yeah.
God of War story is so good.
Incredible.
Still not played
and it sets up for so many fucking amazing things.
Oh, mate.
The Weeb Gods. When we get to the Weeb Gods, oh, man.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the future of God of War, considering I've never played any of them before. I'm now fully invested in this, like,
yeah. The other ones weren't as interesting, whereas this one feels like it was really narrative-driven rather than just, like, Angry Man.
Yeah. I think I would give it to God of War. I mean, Red Dead.
We continue the meme shit game.
Yeah, it's fine. I would give it personally to God of War in this one.
Yeah,
as much as I love Spider-Man, and I
would also give it to God of War. I think God of War's story is fucking awesome.
Owen,
awesome.
What would you? Anything? You
probably because it's the most I've played would be Spider-Man.
Have you played Red Dead Redemption, Owen?
Yes, I have. Didn't finish it. I don't think many
people
to a bit where there was like a banana farm fighting a tobacco farm or something like that.
Chapter 3. I think we all stopped at Chapter 3.
I think I'm further than I stopped for a long time, but I think I'm further than that now.
All right.
Yeah, game of the decade, though, boys. Game of the decade.
Never played God of War. I played God of War 2.
You need to play,
but not.
I feel like you'd love God of War, and it's great.
I probably would.
Like God of War.
100%. I just haven't. I've not turned my PlayStation on for months.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get it when it's cheap, mate.
Oh yeah.
I think I own. I think I own it. I just haven't played it.
Oh, sick.
I've got no excuse. I've got no excuse other than just turn my PlayStation on.
Right. Are we doing mobile game of the year? EE mobile. I
think that one's probably not
voted by the public.
Yeah, that one's.
Well, let's before we do that, let's look at Performer.
Yeah, I was going to say we should probably do Performer and look at the nominations.
Yeah. So we've got Christopher Judge as Kratos, Danielle Bisutti as Freya, Jeremy Davis as the
Four of them are
stranger.
God of War.
Melisanthe Mahout as Cassandra
Not bad.
from Assassin's Creed. Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan, and Sonny Suljic as Atreus.
Surely
God of War.
that's
So yeah,
surely that's pronounced Atreus.
yeah, it's Atreus.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Heard it, you hear it a lot.
No, what you
That
hear is
boy.
his actual name, which is Boy.
Boy.
Boy. What do the rules
Boy.
say?
I feel like that's a hint to the winner of this, in my opinion.
Say you're a cook, Dad. Yeah, Christopher Judge, I think.
Yeah.
Kratos is.
Is it
so
the same voice
It's so
actor as the
gravelly.
previous God of War?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
so.
Oh, right, okay.
So cool, but yeah, he's fucking awesome.
Although I
Yeah,
must,
it's great.
if I could vote for any voice actor in this, I would vote for the person who I can't remember his name. I'll have to Google it now. But it was a League of Legends voice actor. Before NASA's got reworked, he had a voice actor, it was incredible. He had like the deepest, most pure voice you ever heard. Think something along the lines of, what's his name? Is it Mufasa in Lion King? It's like
Yeah.
along those lines.
God, what's his name?
Like,
Is it James L. Jones?
Yeah,
yeah, but it was basically
Yeah,
that. He would get
Darth Vader.
Damn, dude.
That's fine. I agree. I can see your argument. I also think Arthur Morgan, as much as we shit on, I feel like
Oh, his
the
voice actor is
performance, of Arthur Morgan is very good.
Yeah.
Cool. E-mobile game of the year. So these are very different to some of the ones that you played. Void on
Well, again, of those there, I've played 4.
Yeah. I mean, there's not, just for the listeners, there's Brawl Stars, Clash Royale, Fortnite, Old School RuneScape, Pokemon Go, and Roblox. I'm assuming you're going to give this to
Old School
RuneScape.
RuneScape gets it right.
No, I was actually going to give it to Brawl Stars of those ones.
Oh, damn.
It would, in my list, if I could pick 3, it would be Brawl Stars, Clash Royale, then probably Pokemon Go.
Damn.
Fair enough, that's fine. Not happy with Old School RuneScape?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just my personal preference isn't Old School RuneScape. It's
No, fair enough.
like RuneScape 3,
Okay.
and I've been waiting for so long for that app to come out.
Fair enough.
Because that is coming to mobile as well in Q4 2018. That originally.
So let's move on to
Best game.
the final one, Best Game.
Best game.
The nominations are Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Astro Bot Rescue Mission, Celeste, God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Return of the Obra Dinn.
1 second, I just need to have a look at the Astrobot Rescue.
Astro Bot is I think it's like a VR
it's a
game
VR
that's
game.
like got incredibly like no one expected it to be good, and it's like blown everybody away.
Looks like the little remember
It's
Eva from
Yeah.
Wall-E. Looks like that.
It does look like this. So why is Spider-Man not on this list?
So why is Dragon Quest
That's a
11
point,
not on
yeah.
this list?
Isn't that one a bit new?
No, it came out before all these.
Maybe it was too old. I don't know.
Nah, I'm memeing. Dragon Quest 11 is my game of the year for last year.
That's fine.
But
That's fine.
whatever. Yeah, why is Spider-Man not on it?
I feel like
Of that list, I've only played 1, so I'll have to give it to Red Dead Redemption for me,
Oof.
which
So-
unfortunately isn't a meme.
So I have a tough time with this one because Assassin's Creed Odyssey I enjoy very much. And I said numerous times while I was playing it is my game of the year. But I just don't know. Like, when you look back on it, compare that to God of War. Like, God of War is unreal. I feel like I have to give it to God of War.
Seems good. I think
You're the deciding vote, I think.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I mean,
otherwise
the
it'll be a
official
3-way
ones.
tie.
well, I mean, it's Dragon Quest 11, but it's not there, so it's God of War.
Fair enough. Congratulations, Cory Barlog and Santa Monica Studios. Who cares? You could go home now. Who cares on the actual BAFTA? Like,
Cory Balrog.
Yeah.
Flying
who cares?
Fox.
Like, you don't need a BAFTA now.
Yeah, we should probably have written this down and then add marks for how right we were for our categories.
We'll see if we remember and do it next week.
Yeah.
Dara O'Brien is hosting it.
Yeah, he's hosted it for the past 7 years or something.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
All right, that was interesting. We'll see whether we're right on those next week.
Pog.
We'll move on to some news. It's kind of a quiet week, I guess, to some extent.
A little bit.
We'll start with some news that I don't care about, but I'm sure lots of people do. Borderlands 3 has been confirmed.
Yep.
I played the first Borderlands for 4 hours, just never got into it. But lots of people like Borderlands, and as usual, there has to be something. If anything good happens, as Fennis says, it has to be perfectly balanced. So, in this scenario, the bad thing, which keeps happening, is that this is a Epic Games exclusive for 6 months.
Yep. I feel like it's something we're just going to have to get used to.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Until Steam change their developer price, until Steam stop taking 30% of the cut from developers, it's going to keep happening.
Yeah.
Holy shit! There's a $250 collector's edition.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Things like that have been, and they've got 6 different versions you can buy.
Yeah.
And season passes as well, and all this malarkey you expect from the video games industry these days.
Yeah.
Oof.
The classics.
Yeah. Why pay for a game once when you can make people pay for it for 7 years?
It's true. Borderlands is fun in a group,
Yeah.
It's okay, but consider it's on Epic. Probably won't be playing it on release.
Why? Are you just completely against the Epic Games Store?
Well, I mean, not really. It's just that, if it's on Steam, I'm more likely to come across it and be like, yeah, sure, I'll buy it. But now I just won't see it. So I'm not bothered.
Yeah, but it's there now.
Yeah, but I'd never go on the Epic client. So now I'll just, one day, it'll be like, oh yeah, that game came out.
You should go on the Epic client, by the way. Every 2 weeks there's a free game.
Oh, really?
I think at the moment it's Oxen free.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
Although that might have changed
sucker us in, are they?
Very recently.
They have recently added the refund feature and stuff, haven't they?
Yes.
To the Epic Games Store.
Yep, refunds
so
there
you
now.
can now do that. We'll get there, but I mean, it's still annoying.
Oxen free is free from now until tomorrow, so by the time everyone's hearing this, it won't be free. And it will be a game called The Witness, which will be free.
Oh, The Witness. That was free on PlayStation last month.
I've just had a thought, right? Epic make Unreal Engine.
They do.
Everyone uses that now. Or a lot of people use that now. They own Fortnite, or is arguably the biggest game right now. And they're trying to get their client to be a marketplace.
Oh, yeah.
We can't let this happen. They literally own everything.
Well, I guess you could argue that with Steam and
Mate, Dota in the biggest game.
Dota and CSGO and stuff.
If you think
in the olden days.
Think of it
PUBG was probably still bigger.
Think of it another way. Epic Games had Fortnite, yeah?
Yeah.
And Fortnite was a massive success. And now they're putting the money from that back into their products. Rather than just so all this marketing, all this money has obviously come from the Fortnite boom.
Oh yeah.
So and they're using it to try and I think they're using it in a just way, to be honest.
For them, this is 100% the correct.
Yeah, and you're actually seeing the money going into it, into their products. So I'm not too.
I still
against
think it's
it.
kind of anti-consumer to an extent, but there's not it's always going to be just because of the monopoly Steam has.
Well, is it as anti-consumer as PlayStation exclusives over Xbox exclusives?
No, I think that's also anti-consumer. I think that's valid.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a nicer way of looking at it.
Because it's kind of creating that same console war vibe.
It kind of
on
sucks
PC
though, right? That whole thing. You come to PC to kind of get rid of all that stupid shit.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, and you see a lot of companies take Rocket League for example. They're trying to break the boundaries of all these
great stuff,
different platforms. So I don't know. I feel it's almost like some people are trying to continue putting up walls, and others are trying to pierce tunnels through
break
it.
them down. Yeah. It would be. I mean, what a world we'd live in if everything was cross-platform.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be nice.
To an extent, like, you couldn't be having like shooters on PC with Xbox.
Well, you could, but it would be weird.
It would be a bit weird, just like
they'd have to
problems.
figure it out. Yeah.
Cool.
So Borderlands, cool. Let's see. I think it's out in September.
It's the thing. So, lots of people are excited about it, I'm sure.
Yeah. We'll see.
Is it September? It's an April release for non-Epic Store, so minus 6 months from that.
Yeah, so September 13th, 2019, and then April something 2020.
Right, okay.
For everything else.
Right.
Cool. We'll move on to some kind of interesting Nintendo news. So Best Buy, the American shop, leaked, and they seem to leak a lot of shit. Leaked that, well, they put up sort of a like store page for Persona 5 on Switch, Metroid Prime Trilogy on Switch, and A Link to the Past on Switch. Link to the Past, I'm not a Zelda nerd. Link to the Past is not the one that they showed in the last Direct, is it?
No, that was the first one.
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
Yeah. Right. So this is a completely separate Zelda game.
I think A Link to the Past is
was that the one that came out on DS a couple of years ago?
Or there was a sequel on the DS, which was like A Link Between Two Worlds. So I think A Link to the Past is the prequel that was a sequel to.
Right. Okay.
I mean, sure, that's expected. I feel like that's the least. Well, it depends what it is.
I feel like the Persona 5 was, surely everyone was expecting it.
Yeah.
I feel like
at this point, with it on Smash, and there was a recent leak of like P5S, which you assume the S is Switch.
That kind of, God, does that fuck up Sora in Smash? If Atlas and Nintendo already had an agreement to put the game on Switch, so now it's like technically they actually have a partnership.
Snake still exists, right?
Good point. Snake still exists, and Cloud.
Yeah.
And they still have a
I
partnership.
think Cloud
with,
isn't FF7 on Switch yet?
Yeah, but they have the partnership with Squeenix, so it's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's still possible.
That's fine.
It's not dead. It's not dead.
Not dead.
Does Persona 5 on Switch, Connor? Well, it doesn't make a difference to you because you don't play handheld really on your Switch, do you? You don't really take it out with you or anything.
No, I do like to treat it like a proper console.
I'm the same most of the time.
Do you ever take it into bed or anything like that?
I played Tetris on it once. Or a few times.
I played Tetris on it till 4 a.m. like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was playing Tetris 99 a few times. When I went on holiday last year, I was playing Octopath on the plane. That was fun. But I do like to treat it like a proper console.
Yeah. That's a good... I played Octopath in handheld mode. Played Sonic Mania.
In
handheld mode.
There's games that are just great, that are great for it, but then like Smash and Mario Odyssey and shit like
Zelda,
that, I don't really... Breath of the Wild, I don't really want to play.
I don't want to,
It's great that you could do it handheld, that's awesome, there's an option, but I would like to play those games like a console.
Yeah.
And I would put Persona in that same bracket because it isn't. It's
same.
It's not like graphically incredible, but it's a nice looking game. Like the art style is cool.
I play Smash mostly in handheld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Do you find, is there a reason, or is it just...
I just like playing it handheld sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So, we'll see. Metroid Prime Trilogy on Switch. What is this? I'm, again, not Nintendo nerd. Is this like is there going to be a remaster or a remake, or...?
It sounds like I feel like that's probably a remaster?
I reckon it's probably
I
feel like it's more just a port. Like how Bayonetta was.
Yeah. Just a collection of all the games ported over. I feel like that's what it is. Nintendo are famous for this.
Probably just put a
Recycling
HD texture pack on it, and that's about it.
Yeah. But I am interested in this, actually, because I'm excited for Metroid 4. So I'm game for this, to play some Metroid on Switch.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Just with that, or are we good? We covered.
I want to know. Does anyone know if Best Buy, if this was an April Fool's or not?
No, I
don't. Or did they try to cover it as one?
I don't
because they showed the Joker render.
Yeah.
I think they tried to cover that up, but I'm not sure if they succeeded.
Either
way, it's funny.
I think the article that we've got was for April 2nd, so...
Right, okay.
There you go.
Okay. Oh god, what's this?
So So let's move on to. We're not gonna. So basically, what's happened in the last couple of days is Jason Schreier from Kotaku he's like, if you don't know, Jason Schreier is like this guy who's probably the best games journalist, like going.
Right.
So he always does these sort of in-depth looks at studios that are like going through hell, and he'll publish them, and then like the studio will get mad, and it's happened now with Bioware and Anthem. So there's a huge article on Kotaku that's like incredibly long if you want to read that. But basically, what he's saying is that he's spoken to like 19 people from BioWare.
Oh wow!
And they're all saying that it's just been an absolute disaster.
I did actually see.
Wow.
I was going to watch an Angry Joe video on this, and because it says, it was 5+ years of pre-production, 18 months of actually making the game.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's insane.
So apparently, when they showed the game first at E3, that when they first showed the gameplay, and it's like everyone said it was Iron Man.
Yeah.
That was the only like game, the only thing that existed, not just like a vertical slice. That was it. Like
that was the only stuff in the game that was made.
Yeah, there was literally nothing else, just that level and those animations. Like that's it.
And that was one year ago.
Yeah, and then they had to make the rest of the game. And apparently, like the whole studio's been people saying it's just stressful. People are leaving for health reasons. Like it's just an absolute nightmare.
Oh my god.
Who do you reckon put them under the strain though? Surely, yeah.
The publisher.
I would say it's 100% the publisher, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're the ones that have like they make the demands, right? We want this game in 18 months or
it's like having being a writer and having a publisher. Like the publisher will be like, you need a book. So many pages. It's like it just gets to a point where like anyone's going to break. No matter how many people are in that team, the team's going to break.
And apparently they used Frostbite like most EA games do.
Yep.
And they hated it.
Poorly documented, hacked together.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because it's designed for Battlefield.
Externally sourced engine.
It's designed for Battlefield, and EA have decided that every game basically has to use Frostbite.
Why?
I don't know. So it's just maybe it's like I don't know. This is speculation, but maybe it's a license. Like you don't have to pay for the licensing of that engine because it's theirs.
Maybe
could it be costs that they just?
It would definitely. There would definitely be some sort of cost implication behind doing it in that engine over another one. It's like if you already have that one.
Yeah, and you'd have to make a new one as well.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
But yeah, it's just apparently everyone's obviously anonymously saying it's an absolute nightmare. People are locking themselves in rooms and crying at the studio.
We chose not to participate in the story because we felt there was an unfair focus on specific team members and leaders who did their absolute best to bring a totally new idea to fans. We didn't want to part of something that was attempting to bring them down as individuals. We respect them all, and we built this game as a team. That was BioWare's response. Yikes!
I mean, I feel bad for the people who made the game and for the marketing team, like in this situation, because they're just both are screwed.
Yeah.
Because obviously the people who made the game wanted to make, and it's in this article, the long one. It's saying like they persistently were saying to like the heads that it's not good, like it's not working. They need to change things, and no one they just weren't listening.
Yeah, so unfortunately can be the way it is. Like sometimes you just have people who are have unrealistic demands and have no vision as to what damage it'll be causing by forcing people to meet those demands on a deadline that's just unreachable or unrealistic.
Yeah. And apparently they took the flying out of the game and put it back in like multiple times. And so I can't imagine how that must have been for like a level designer.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was like trying to
make it so you can have X and Y axis movement is like
just like you just get told get told 1 week that they're on the ground. Oh no, they're in the air this week.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I told you they were on the ground.
It would just be a disaster. God. Like you can see how that times every other problem would lead to just such an absolute nightmare to work there.
Just that one example is awful for many people involved.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So not fun.
Someone left, and he said, "What is he left Bioware in 2017 with massive depression and anxiety."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's common in the industry because it's very stressful. But I assume this is way worse than the norm.
Yeah.
God, it's got to be.
But there's a good.
And you can tell because look at the track record. Look at the 2 games. They're fucking. They're absolute fucking.
Yeah.
Garbage fires, man.
There's a really good game, a GIF, sorry, that I've seen that sort of sums this up. I don't know, I might be able to find it at some point, but I'll explain it. And it's essentially, it's an artist who draws the same drawing 3 times. One, he gives himself, or they give themselves 10 seconds to draw it. The next one, they give themselves a minute, and the next one, they give themselves 10 minutes. And you can just see how much better the quality you get if you just give them the more resources and more time that they would need. It's like if you're making someone work for a really tight deadline, obviously the product you get out of it's not going to be as high quality.
Yeah. Which is crazy considering they've been working on this game for like 7 years or 6 years.
Well, that's the thing, though, isn't it? It's like only 2 of those have been actually making the game,
or 1.5, even
1.5. Yeah. 5+ years of pre-production. What the fuck are you doing? 5+ years of pre-production, and there is that little content in it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What the fuck?
So just somewhere something went wrong.
Arses, EA.
Yep.
Holy shit.
If you do want to know more, you can read that very long article on Kotaku. But yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Gamers are fucking entitled people, right? But we will wait.
Oh yeah.
We will wait.
That gamers will wait for the perfect game. Like that's all we want as consumers. We don't want a rushed product. We want a really good game. Even like take Cyberpunk as well. How long have we been waiting for that? And we're still waiting.
Oof.
It's like
it's got to have been like 5. Well, I mean, actually,
when
did we find out about Cyberpunk? It's probably been about 4 years.
I feel like it first got like teased at like 2013 or something.
I don't know if let's have a quick look.
I feel like there was a really early tease for that, but yeah, we're still waiting. Like we're not, we don't care about how quick something comes out. We just want it to be good when it does.
Oh my god, the first Cyberpunk tease came out 6 years ago. Yeah, 2013. Owen.
Hey, oh yeah.
So that's 2 years before The Witcher 3.
Yeah, I'm sure it came out before Witcher, or Witcher 3 at least.
And we still don't have a date on that game. So there you go. We'll wait for a fucking good game. The Witcher 3 got delayed so many times. And
that was another good game when it came out.
Astonishing.
Exactly. We don't mind waiting. What do people not understand? I guess it's just greedy money grabbers at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, you say that, but then like look at Rockstar. So they bring out GTA 5 and make the most money of all time, and then wait a billion years.
Wait a decade.
Bring out Red Dead and make the most money of all time. Like, because they make quality games. Like, as much as you can shit on Red Dead, like it's a quality game.
Yeah.
Oh, extremely high quality game.
Oh yeah, true.
No one's shitting on the quality of it. We just meme on it.
Yeah.
That and it's not as good as people think it is.
Yeah, that's the prime strategy. That's what you should be doing. What everyone should be doing.
Yeah.
To be fair, Rockstar have a reputation.
Yeah,
but so do other people.
But surely
Bioware has a reputation.
Yeah,
but that comes from doing this. That
from
way.
a good track record.
Yeah, but it's like if I'm just thinking it another way. If it comes back to money, if your game is shit, you're not going to get the money from it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to get the return on it. So even if you might have to invest a bit more capital in it to begin with just to get a decent product. But to be fair, you don't even have to like have a huge amount of money in it. Like look how many indie games there are out there that have made loads.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
it just needs to be good.
Yeah, as long as it's a good game, it just needs to be a good game.
Time is the most important thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
If they just take their time, you can make a quality game.
Yeah.
It sucks, but whatever. 21st century gaming. This is just what it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. We'll move on to some a game we just mentioned, Cyberpunk 2077.
I didn't even realise this was here.
Seamless segue, Owen.
Yeah. So some more stuff's coming out about the game as it's getting seemingly closer to release. Who knows?
Well, it's always getting close. Yeah, it's always getting closer to release. That's just how time passing works.
Yeah. So basically, what they've said is that there'll be no game over screens unless you die in the game.
So if you fail a mission, there's no game over.
Yeah, it just carries on.
That's kind of cool.
So, for example, the developer said, Weber suggests that while protecting an important client, there is nothing stopping you from calling in a restaurant for a burger. If the client dies while you're getting your fill of food, then the game continues on.
I feel like this will make some certain Galago members happy. That's
Who's it?
It's a perfect
RPG. It sounds like a real RPG.
Oh, it does, yeah. It does sound like a real RPG. Can you blow the world up, though?
Well, can you stab the tutorial guy in the back?
Yeah, so these are all the important questions.
Yeah, these are the important questions that need to be asked.
We'll have to do a video whenever it comes out.
If an NPC asks you to go poison another NPC, can you eat the poison yourself and end the game?
Yeah.
Can you poison the quest giver?
We'll make a video when this game comes out, and we'll answer these important questions. Yeah.
Can you buy a weapon off someone and then pickpocket the money back out of their pocket?
Can you do that in Skyrim?
100% you can do that. 100% you can do that in Skyrim.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Put a basket over the head. Yoink.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. Cool. So yeah, Cyberpunk as usual. Good news.
Yeah, I feel like the world in this game is just going to be fucking seamless.
I cannot wait.
It's going to be so unreal, man.
Yeah, I've got plenty of time to get my new computer before then. 3.5K computer I'm hoping for that game.
Nice.
That's the dream.
And last but not least, news-wise, Sega announces Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games 2020 for Switch and arcades.
Yeah.
Now, was that a sarcastic yay, Owen?
No, not at all.
Are you not a huge fan of, like, I love these games.
No, I absolutely despise them.
I love it.
They're awful.
I used to love it on Wii especially. Because, Connor.
Go on.
Because Mario can beat Sonic in a race.
Yeah, I mean, that totally makes no sense. Okay. Honestly, my biggest issue is Sonic wearing a fucking vest? What the hell is that? Why is he wearing Converse?
At least he looks like Sonic.
Look like Converse? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he does look like Sonic.
Thank God he looks like Sonic. But yeah, I mean, Sonic ever losing in a race, just like, that would be...
This is going to be great group stream material.
Oh, this would be fun. Yeah, this would be fun.
Nintendo's just... It's not even Nintendo making this game, but still. Switch, like, Nintendo games on Nintendo consoles are just great party games.
Games that have the Nintendo stamp of approval are just fun games.
Do Nintendo actually make their own games now, or are they just basically a publisher now? Like, what was the last game that was actually like a Nintendo game?
It's like how Sony, like Last of Us is a Sony game, but it's Naughty Dog that make it. I think it's just like that.
Yeah, so they don't actually. I understand it's like a Nintendo branded game, but they didn't make it. I'm sure they used to make games. They didn't.
I'm not sure who makes like Zelda.
I think they're very, very closely involved with everything that.
Oh yeah, because they've the thing with Nintendo is they actually care about quality a lot, don't they?
Yeah. You ever seen another company pull the development of Metroid
and then restart
large fucking title for their, like, it's a big Nintendo IP. There's like, was it Zelda, Mario? I would put Metroid probably a little below those, but it's up there.
Yeah.
Like, they pulled it and remade it because it wasn't up to their standard. Like, God, fucking.
Not only do that, like, openly admit it in like a video, like a sincere apology video. Like,
thank God for Nintendo, dude. Thank God for Nintendo. We used to meme on these. We used to meme on them.
But they are actually like the ideal like company, really, aren't they? Like in terms of how they present themselves and are open and what they actually do.
Shit.
Obviously, I don't know. They could be into some really dark shit at the end of the day that's not exposed. But what
their online services are
but what they're open with, I'm happy with.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of, have you guys seen the Twitch Prime?
Yeah, I've already paid. I've already got a year's worth of.
I say I think I already do as well, but I've claimed another, so I've got 2 years now.
Oh, can you do that?
Yeah, you can just.
Can you just bounce it?
Yeah, so if you've already got a subscription, it'll just
Oh, nice. I'll do that.
it will like take. I'm trying to think how it works. It'll basically just credit it onto the end of what you've already got.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So yeah, you
I'll do that.
don't need to
That's
just
fucking awesome.
don't just ignore it, like claim it.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
do that.
sick. But yeah,
Awesome.
Nintendo. God, you have fun. You have games down to a T.
That's true. So, talking of games, we'll play very quickly one of our favourite games. And we did mention it earlier. Is it an RPG? And the game of choice this week is Borderlands.
Okay.
What do we think? Is it an RPG?
I've played Borderlands 2. I haven't played Borderlands 1. I didn't complete it either. And
So,
I don't.
go on.
I'm not so sure because I mean,
Yeah, it's a weird one.
by my definition, I would probably say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it has enough customization, free roam, like choices in missions.
I'm sure skill trees.
You've got skill trees, you've got weapon upgrades, you've got character progression. So
Yeah.
I feel it has enough of the qualities.
There's classes.
Yeah, it's got enough of the qualities to fit into a RPG in my book.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But of course, on the Ed scale,
Absolutely.
Oh
not.
yeah, on
It's
the
not-
Ed
it's
scale,
not an RPG,
100% not an RPG.
no.
To begin with, it's
There you
got
go.
guns and numbers, so no.
Yeah.
So still only Morrowind, I'm afraid.
Yeah, only Morrowind, correct.
Do you guys know how big the Morrowind map is? Was it Morrowind? I think it was Morrowind.
No idea.
It's like I'm pretty
I've
sure
never
it's got
played
like
Morrowind.
the second largest game map of all time. There was
Really?
a good article. We're going slightly off topic here, but let's see if I can find it. Largest
Oh my God, it's
game
massive.
map of all time.
Is it actually?
God, it's huge.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that surprises
okay.
me.
No, it wasn't Morrowind. It was Daggerfall, which is Elder Scrolls 2.
Mm.
That has like the biggest map. It beats Guild Wars.
What the fuck?
The size of it is 62,000 square miles.
Did they have fast travel?
It must have done.
Surely.
It must have done. But I'm pretty.
Can you imagine if it did?
It took. There's a video of it's more of a series. It's not a video on YouTube of a guy just walking from one corner to the other. It takes. I think it's like 62 hours or something like that.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's mad.
So they had the technology back in those days to make huge maps, but not the technology to fill it with anything
Yeah.
useful.
Now Bethesda don't even have the technology to make a fucking train.
No.
No, I'm cool with that shit.
Was that
But
Bethesda or was that
Bethesda, update your
Borderlands?
engine, you fucking lazy cunt.
Bethesda.
It
it's
was
Fallout
Bethesda.
3.
Oh right.
Yeah, it's classic.
Update your engine before Elder Scrolls 6. I swear to
Please.
God. I swear to
It
God.
must
you
be.
can't
It must be.
Let us down on Elder Scrolls. It's literally the one hope of Bethesda is Elder Scrolls. I don't care about your stupid space game.
Oh, mate, I do.
Well, you
That's
let me know
dream.
if it's
That's
good.
a dream
if
to me.
it's
If
good,
I
I'll
get Skyrim, space Skyrim,
Space dragons. Can we have space dragons?
Yo, don't even joke about that shit.
Cyber dragons.
Like
That would be
Rayquaza.
Yeah,
so cool.
Oh, that would be so good. Please stop.
Yeah. If that game's good, I mean, I'll get it. But, I love Bethesda, but I hate them at the same time.
It's like
yeah.
space shiny like mega Rayquaza. Like that. That would be sick.
Someone will mod it in anyway, who cares?
All right, let's move on. We'll talk about
Games.
what we've been playing. I don't really have too much to say. My internet's been goosed all week, so I've been playing single player stuff. Mostly just Arkham City though, which I talked about last week. It's great. It's just a great game.
Still a perfect game?
It is.
Cool.
It's perfect. It is better.
Wait,
It's better than that in Asylum. It's better than
Weren't you
I'd
saying
say.
Asylum was the perfect game?
Yeah, I was.
Oh
I've
my God.
changed my mind.
I tried
both-
arguing
they're both-
this against you, and you were just like, no.
They're both perfect. Well, Asylum's got 2 bad boss fights, but
Wait,
like
it's gone up. It was just one, wasn't
yeah,
it?
the Ivy boss fight is pretty bad as well,
Oh, I don't remember
in my
that one.
opinion. But yeah, this game is just incredible.
I think
Incredible.
Arkham City has a really, really cool Scarecrow fight.
No, that's
Or is that
Asylum?
Asylum? Where
The one where
you like hiding behind cover and it's like,
yes, Asylum.
Oh.
Yeah.
okay, it's Asylum then. That one's got a really cool Scarecrow fight.
It does. Yeah, and then Scarecrow is back in Arkham Knight. He's like,
sorry,
he's in. I've not played Knight. I probably should play that.
Good game.
Cool
Good game.
Knight.
Got over very heavily criticised because it didn't run properly when it first came out.
on PC.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens to so many games.
Oh yeah.
They don't run well on.
But I think it was horrifically bad.
The problem with Batman 1 was like
it launched
almost
Skyrim.
every copy just literally didn't work. No, mate, if it launched Skyrim, it was the best game ever made. I remember, like, Zach, you had it, and it was like one of the only copies.
Yeah,
that
mine
actually worked. Everyone else was just like immediately
was it due to the system it was on, or the actual copy of the game?
It was the system, but because obviously it was a digital copy, but it was like every system was fucked.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
But for some reason, mine wasn't.
They pulled it from the store for a while, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Connor, Sekiro Smash.
Yeah. Honestly, I haven't been playing too much this week. Just been doing the usual. Sekiro, still a great game. I would like to make a video on difficulty versus accessibility, because there's a lot of fucking bitching going on at the moment. I don't get it, right? Did Dark Souls ever have this much bitching when it came out? I don't remember.
No, so I don't think Dark Souls did, but I think the difference is that Sekiro...
Weebs want to play.
Sekiro is far less forgiving, and that is, I think, where a lot of people have the misunderstanding of it being more difficult. It's not necessarily... I mean, it is a difficult game, and it probably is a bit more difficult, but it is far more punishing. So like, there was a lot more... There was a lot more ways like you could come back in Dark Souls, and so it's Dark Souls and even Bloodborne for an extent are just far easier and less punishing. Yeah. Even though
I feel like
compare them to any other game, they are pretty punishing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's like Sekiro. I feel like it tries to counter the punishing aspects of the game with giving you way more checkpoints than in this game than there was in Dark Souls.
Yes, it does.
It gives you way more. Like you've got so many ways of increasing like your healing ability, and with the gourd seeds, because you can get them from not just boss fights, and the fact that you can literally resurrect. It's like I don't know. I feel like they've tried to help a little bit, and it's just like, oh, you do have to learn. You can't just roll, like learn its pattern and roll.
Yeah,
you have to
that's another point as well. Like there was an article that came out a bit before Sekiro did, where some of the developers were openly saying like I don't know if it was a developer or publisher or marketing guy or whatever. I don't know exactly who, but they were saying that this game isn't like Dark Souls or Bloodborne. You can't, if you were to come into this game and play it the same way, you will not succeed. You have to adjust. It is not the same game. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of people are still in the mentality of playing it in Dark Souls, where you're waiting for openings and things, and that's just not how this game works.
Yeah, you have to kind of make your opening. You have to learn the enemies, like what they do, what they're weak against. You know, like some enemies will be good, or have incredible posture.
Yeah, one of the most important bits of information you get in that game is somewhere near the start, where the sculptor says, I think it's just after you get an upgrade, so like a shinobi tool, he says, if everything has a way to kill it, like, which basically says every enemy is weak to something, and as soon as you find it and exploit it, you will progress. So my example for that came when the first couple of attempts on Lady Butterfly, I was really struggling, and then I remembered about the shuriken, weak, or like being strong against people who are in the air, and then when I started using that at certain points against Lady Butterfly, I started seeing more progress in the fight. And to be fair, I did also find a massive cheese tactic for phase 1, which was incredible. I love it. Like I could do phase 1 without getting touched at all.
Nice.
But it was complete cheese. But it is that as soon as you find out something like that, you exploit it. You use that.
For me, it was Burning Bull. I don't know if you've run into Burning Bull.
Yes, Burning Bull.
And I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to beat him? Because he never stops.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I went back and went to the store and saw the firecracker. And I was like, excuse me? And I was reading it, and it was like extremely good against animals. I was like, oh! Went back, equipped it, beat it first try. I was like,
yeah.
There is an answer to everything in the game. You have to actively find
it.
I think that's great.
Yeah, I already had the firecrackers before the horseback boss, and it's like that. It worked for him as well. It's just like
because it throws his horse.
When he charges that, you throw him down. The horse sort of like bucks and whatever, and
shits his pants.
Yeah, and he's open to attacks. It was yeah. So there is legit ways. It's just having the patience to find it, learn it, and exploit it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's because I play fighting games, I'm happy to lose 100 times to win once. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, man, it's when you just hear people like, oh, I just want it easy. It's like, dude, I don't think that's what the developer kind of intended. They want you to feel a certain way when you play the game.
Yeah, if that's what you want, this isn't the game for you.
Yeah, I guess that's just the kind of the brutal part of it.
Unfortunately,
accessibility stuff, I want to say, the accessibility stuff, I'm all for. People who want like colorblind modes, stuff to maybe highlight things so they can see things easier, remapping controller bindings, that's all great. Make things accessible for people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take away from the game.
Yeah, I feel like
it's a controversial.
Yeah, it is, because it is very difficult, and I reckon a lot of people feel like it is too difficult for them, and they've got to the point where they've played it too much to get a refund or whatever. Like they didn't realise that it was going to be what, and then they end up like not enjoying it, and it was an expensive game. It was £50. Yeah. So I feel like that upset a lot of people, just because they maybe weren't expecting it to be so unlike Dark Souls.
Yeah. It's, it's one game company that makes games like these. So, like, I don't think we should stop them from making the games they want to make, Like, every other game holds your hand. Let them not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they never have. Company, and they never have, and it's great that they haven't.
Yeah, exactly. I respect it.
It's nice...
I understand that people want to play an easy mode, but...
Yeah.
You can't push.
It's a nice breath of fresh air
on the like artist.
Otherwise, very simplistic battle royale, overpopulated fucking game market.
Yeah.
Owen, do you want to add anything about Overwatch or Division 2?
I'll add a small bit about Overwatch and then a little bit about Division 2. So with Overwatch, I think that game is currently the healthiest it has been in a long while. They've actually... There was a pretty huge balance patch where basically...
Is it the one where they buffed DPS?
They basically buffed a load of DPS without nerfing a huge amount of anything else, which I feel was the right way to go.
Absolutely, always buff, never nerf. It's always the way to go.
And they've... What's his name? That new hero? Baptiste? He's been unleashed in comp.
Into ranked.
Yeah, he got unleashed in ranked yesterday.
How is he?
He is incredibly strong, but what I really like about it is that if you take the off healers that were in the game prior to him, you have Lucio, Zenyatta, and Brigitte. All three of them are considered off healers because their healing output wasn't like massive, but
wasn't Mercy and levels.
Yeah, but all three of them had defensive ultimates. Whereas you go the other way with the healing output, you've got the Mercy, the Moira, and Anna. All three of them have offensive ults. So with Baptiste, he doesn't have a defensive ultimate. He's got an offensive ultimate, but he's also an off healer. So he flips your healing comp either heavy in one direction or the other.
Oh, okay.
So you either sacrifice healing output by having the defensive ultimate, or you have more a bit more healing output and no defensive ultimate. So if you have him on your team, obviously you don't need to roll him, which is a good thing. But since he's come out, he hasn't made it into every game.
Right,
like not everyone's playing him. I don't know if that's because he's a support or people don't like him or whatever, or feel he's... I think he's very strong. He's not particularly weak or anything, but yeah, it's interesting, and you're seeing a lot of different compositions now. You're not just seeing goats. I think the annoyingly the best DPS is Hanzo again. And then I think he's like the highest tier, and then it's like Soldier, Reaper, Ashe, and Junkrat are all like the next tier. So there's a massive spread of different kinds of damage ranges and stuff
quite
there.
Good, I think.
So yeah, I think it's in a pretty healthy state. I'm glad. I think the Overwatch Overwatch League season stage 2, whatever, comes out this week or starts this
Is that
week.
going to play off of the new patch?
I hope so. And a lot of the teams have been tweeting and stuff saying like, "Oh, Goats is dead" and all this. So I'm excited to see what comps come out.
Nice.
So that sounds really good.
Yeah. So if you've been away from the game for some time, I feel now is a decent time to get back into it, or at least give it another try. Obviously, the community aren't any better. The community are still ass.
There's no fix to that ever.
Yeah, but you can't fix toxicity. I think they're also adding a solo queue at some point as well, which is separate sort of queuing system.
So you never run into pre-made.
Yeah.
Cool. It's good
Division
system.
2?
Oh, I love that game. It's so good. I was really upset because obviously the only reason I got that game is because both you and Sam sort of said, "Oh yeah, we're going to get it. We'll play." And then neither of you did. I was the only one of the three of us to get max level. I'm on World Tier 1. I haven't played it for a few days. But basically when you get max level, you then progress through the world tiers by doing more missions, and it's basically like the end game grind.
Yep.
Which
apparently is good.
Yeah. I've literally enjoyed that game every time I've launched it. I just always there's always something to do. I just wish I had people to do it with.
Point fingers at Sam.
You gotta blame Sam.
What?
Yeah, you gotta blame Sam. Zach's had internet issues for like the last week, and Sam is just the most impossible person to play around.
because we want to play Monster Hunter, but then also obviously I want to play Division, but then Sam only appears at like
8:30.
late times, at least 8:30 every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, even on weekends he only comes on at 8:30.
Yeah, I know. Well,
we could have all day
but
to
you
play.
could do what I did and just grind it.
I don't want to solo it.
I don't want to
solo it. No, I don't want to do that. I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it solo.
It's a really good game. Like,
oh yeah, I know some people would enjoy it.
I did the entire 1 to 30 first set of missions before the world tier came in. Completely solo, even the strongholds, which were like levels 28, 29, and 30. So I think I did all of them at 30 because I was already 30 by that point. So I literally did everything in that game.
Nice.
And
it's good that you can do that.
Yeah, and the strongholds. I think the first one I did was the hardest one, the hyena base. But then it's a really good game, really enjoyable. Thoroughly enjoy LMGs. Like LMGs are hands down the way to go in that game. And yeah, I just wish I had more people to play with.
We'll play it. We'll play it eventually.
I'll throw that caveat of eventually in there.
Yeah. Awesome. Right. So anyone got anything else you want to add before we sign off? Or?
Yeah, I have made my stand against Sam. I feel like I want to announce it to the world.
Oh, what is this?
What stand?
So we were looking for multiplayer games, right? That we could all play. But Sam doesn't play any good games. Like he takes no recommendations from any of us, plays them for 20 minutes, and then says they're bad.
Yeah, that's just Sam though.
I hereby make my I know, but I'm sick of it. So I hereby make my stand that I will never play a game that Sam recommends until he plays one that one of any of us have recommended.
Wow. Okay.
That's my stand. Otherwise, follow me on Twitter, please.
So I feel like I've recommended some games to him before that he's given a try, but they're all.
How long do you reckon he tried them?
I don't know. Not very long.
But yeah, if he tries them for 20 minutes or refuses to buy them.
Yeah.
That's all.
That is the issue. You want to know how much I tried Civ?
You played a few hours of that game, right?
I've got 20 hours in Civ 5 and 10 in Civ 6.
Yep.
Like, I can say, the game's fun. It's not the thing I'd play all the time, but I've given it a good try.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Sam.
If Sam put like 10 hours into Monster Hunter World, I feel like you'd have a good time.
So do I, if he did it with us. And I swear to God, Sam, if you talk any more shit about Halo 3, we're gonna have fucking problems.
Oh,
whoa. He's chatting shit about Halo 3, is it? Wait,
Mate.
he's going to get it, right?
I mean,
Yeah, he has to.
He has to.
I was saying yesterday, like, I long for the moment that I sticky grenade Sam in Halo, like,
it's gonna be so
in Halo
sweet.
3.
Like, grav hammering
Yeah,
him.
like, that's just... And what? The team size is 6, so, I mean, there's 8 of us in Galago, so... obviously...
You could literally also do big team deathmatch.
Oh, yeah, I think that's 8 as well.
16-man teams.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't 16.
Oh, I don't know if it was 16.
I think it
was bigger than normal.
I think it might have been 9v9 in
Yeah,
big team battle,
something like that,
whatever
either
it was
way.
called. But
The game
anyway,
is perfection,
let's be
okay.
the only game mode that any of us will be playing is what was it? The Mongoose one, with the rockets. Oh, what was it called?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Rocket something.
Yeah, fuck, Mongoose.
Anyway,
We're
yeah.
going to play every game mode.
Was it just Rocket Race?
We're going to play it all.
Yeah, it was
We're gonna play
Rocket
fucking
Race.
Everything. We're going to play everything, but if he continues with this pessimistic attitude, Jesus, I swear he's got commitment problems, or he's just scared to try new things, even if it's a video game.
Halo, especially Halo 3. Man, he has to buy that game. If he doesn't buy that game, that's it. It's over.
Yeah, it's over. We're cutting him off. Toxic turd.
That's it. That's our end. That's the end of our podcast.
Sorry.
We've declared to Sam. We've declared war on Sam, basically.
Yeah, we love you, Sam, but you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
All right.
Strong words,
So
but I agree to some extent.
Let's sign off. Owen, parting message. Anything you want to plug? Where can people find you?
I don't think I need to plug anything. Like, surely by now, people, if they're on episode 11, they've seen previous episodes. They know the handler.
And it's also on screen.
It's down there or something like that. Yeah.
And do you know what? If he's not, it's Owen ZZZ1.
Oh, okay. There we go.
There you go. Connor, anything you want to?
Twitter _Conchan. Plain and simple. Subscribe
Twitch.
on YouTube and on Twitch.
So YouTube is Galago Boys, Twitch is Galago Boys, Twitter is Galago Boys. Twitch is picking up recently. We're doing that quite a bit more. I was going to say that Brad and Ed, as recording this, are streaming. But it looks like they've already stopped.
Yeah, they were when we
they've
started,
finished.
but I think they got a bit salty.
So I'm going to have words about how quickly they stopped.
Well, mate, I mean, did you see,
It wasn't going well
how
for
many
them.
hours they put in and then Ed died?
I feel like Brad's
was
just completely tilted.
honestly, watching it live, you could
was mad.
feel the
He
tilt.
was mad.
Yeah, he was done.
No
At
worries.
that point.
You can follow. Obviously, I tweet sometimes from the main account on Galago Boys, but you can follow me on Twitter at Zaka. He's ZACEIHY, and yep, subscribe to YouTube. Subscribe to us on iTunes and Spotify. Review us if you haven't already. Give us a like.
And don't forget to follow Tognus, TOGE
Yeah.
Ness, NESS.
Oh yeah, Tognus. Don't follow Sam though. He has too many accounts and none of them have any good content. So don't follow Sam.
Yeah, don't.
And until then, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.